Hey guys, Dr. Ducey here, MTFUcoach.com. How are you? So I woke up today and I woke up to chest pain, lightheadedness, shortness of breath, and feeling like I was going to pass out. I got out of bed uh, and I put my arms on the headboard like this, and I was bent over for almost 2 minutes, and I knew what was happening. I was suffering from something called orthostatic hypotension, and some of you may have gotten hit with this in the past. Orthostatic hypotension. Orthostatic is change in bodily position from laying down to standing up. Hypotension is a decrease in blood pressure or decrease in oxygen to the brain. And these symptoms that I just mentioned, that's you could even end up passing out. I didn't pass out, but I recognized these symptoms right away. What causes orthostatic hypotension? Well, number one, low blood volume, sweating, vomiting, nausea. I didn't have any of those. I sweat a lot, but I drink a gallon of water a day at least. I didn't have any nausea. Vomiting, um, chronic bleeds. Last year, I got diagnosed with Osler-Weber-Rendu syndrome. I get small hemorrhages in the vasculature in my intestinal system, which leads to bleeding, and I get a distended stomach from it. I don't absorb enough nutrients. I lose a ton of weight. Last year, I dropped down to 166 pounds, and I gained it back, thankfully, once we got the condition in check. I'm not in the throes of that right now. There's certain medications that can cause orthostatic hypotension. Cialis, Viagra. I'm not taking any of those. Some vagal stimulators. I take one medication. I take Celebrex for joint pain. And it helps, but that's not really a considered factor here as far as this going on. I do remember in my halcyon days of training, when I was a young guy, we would suffer and hardly eat and dehydrate ourselves, and everybody would get this. I mean, I passed out a couple of times from standing up too quick and not the blood volume so low you don't get enough oxygen to your brain. But again, like I said, my training these days it's like from the old days of physical culture, the turn of the century. It wasn't bodybuilding, it was called physical culture. And guys trained for good health first, and the secondary effect of that was you happen to look good or muscular. And I trained to feel good first, look good second. Because I know what it feels like to always feel like shit and be ill and injured, and some of you probably experienced that too. But the goal this year for me was to weigh close to 200 pounds at 6 feet tall and be lean. Lean for me is below 10%, so about 8%. We're talking, contest condition. I don't go in contests, but that's the goal. When I competed as a 15-year-old, I weighed 151 pounds. As a 19-year-old, I was 171 pounds. In my 20s, the heaviest I ever hit the stage at was 186 pounds. Now, I've weighed a lot more, but hardly in good condition, so I don't really count that. I mean, it's easy to sit at a table all day and eat. But I'm talking quality. When the clothes come off, you want to look lean. So I finally accepted, look, why did this happen? Why did this orthostatic hypotension hit me today? And I'm not really doing anything nuts. I'm not meant to weigh above 190 pounds, ever. Not in this world, not in the next life, not in an alternate reality. I don't care what I do. I don't care if you're talking crazy drugs, power eating, sitting at a table all day eating, marathon sleep sessions, whatever that, training, whatever the hell these guys do now to get so damn big. I have no idea. Sometimes it's genetics, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's forced. Sometimes, listen, eating with Mr. Olympia a few years ago, as I was talking about the other day, his whole thing was, he says, look, Mike, I cannot wait to get down to 225 pounds. Weighing 300 pounds, I feel like shit. And look, I want to feel good. Life is too short. And it wasn't really a shock, or I wasn't really scared this morning. I knew what was going on. Why did that happen? I really don't know, but I think I'm doing things that my body doesn't want me to do. My body is not going to acclimate to gaining extra muscular weight that I can't gain. Never mind being 54, because I think I could do anything at this age. I've maintained myself. I think it would be the same thing in my 20s, 30s, or 40s. So you should take heed to that as well. Look, if you're 5'7", you're never going to be 6 feet tall. If you're a certain height or you're a certain somatotype, you're not going to gain as much weight as you want in a quality sense, and that's just the way it is. Unless you really want to go crazy and do the things your body doesn't want to do and pass out or get sick or whatever it might be or get injured. And that's about it. So the picture I put up with this today was taken today. I think I'm about 10 or 11% body fat. My birthday's in 6 weeks. And I'll probably be, you know, I was 183 this morning. I'm back up to 187 because that was a quick drop. I dropped 4 pounds in a day, so I was a little concerned. But I'm not doing anything crazy with my diet. No Mike Deuce of Suicide Canyon stuff from back in the day. I carb cycle. I might go a couple of days with really high fat and almost zero carbs. My protein is high. It's very basic, very standard, very consistent. I'm very well metered. I try not to ever feel too high or too low. My energy is consistent. My sleep is consistent. So when you have all those markers in check, it's pretty easy to know what's going on with your body. That's all I have to say about that. So, you know, find out where you should be, who you are, how you want to look, and what's most comfortable for you, and what's the best for your health. I know that's boring and it's sexy. And listen, everybody talks about they want good health. No one gives a shit about their health. They want to look a certain way. You start giving a crap about your health once your kidneys go, or once your heart starts, chugging in an uncertain way, and then you start caring. But you know, care now before you end up getting sick. And for the guy who keeps messaging me and giving me giving me sass about the fact that I don't go above 20-pound curls in the dumbbells, well, that's true. And this is for you, unpumped. Okay, I get that up to about 18 pounds. You can see a little split there. See that? All right, I'm doing this just for you. I'm not going to say your name. All right, that's a good fucking arm. I don't mind saying it because the rest of me ain't that good. 20 pounds, baby, no injuries. And I could tell somebody I curl a 50 and they'll believe me. But again, June 2013, I stopped lying, bitches. Have a good night.